What up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm Rob, and in this video I want to talk about something that everyone seems to be all so interested in, but they really shouldn't be, and that's motivation. Everybody wants to lean on motivation for everything. It's their driving force to get shit done, and this video is about why it shouldn't be, and I'm going to introduce to you something a little bit more reliable when it comes to actually achieving goals, specifically when it comes to fitness. If you guys don't know much about me, I've been doing fitness for a really long time, training clients, competing at the Arnold Classic, modeling, all that kind of stuff. So now I'm dedicated to trying to teach other people how to do things that I've been doing for a really long time. So let's jump into it. Have you guys ever started a fitness regimen and you were like really pumped up about it? You were like super excited about all of it and you couldn't wait to get into the gym and you wanted to start your diet on, this coming Sunday, and this was the time that you were going to get it done. And then 15 minutes later, you got to a place where all of those feelings of being super hyped up and motivated just fucking disappeared. If that's you, please hit a like on this video, nice and early. If that's you, I want you to understand that this is very normal. And this is the problem with being motivated and or leaning on motivation to want to get things done. It's because it's just not reliable. So let's start off by just defining motivation, and this is my definition of it. It's a temporary euphoric sensation having to do with wanting to get things done and strong, deep desire to focus and achieve goals. But it is not reliable. It's a fleeting sensation, meaning it comes and then it goes. And anything can bring it and send it on its way. Here's an example. Let's say one day you wake up and you're just really hungry, not as in food, hungry, like just hungry, eager to do something. And then, 25 minutes later, you feel a little tired and you don't really want to do anything, and then you don't really feel motivated anymore. Or let's say you're just in a really good mood and you're hyped up and when you get home, you're out with your girl, and when you get home, you're going to jump on the computer and shoot that first content, that first video that you've been wanting to do for however long now. But as soon as you get home, you park kind of too close to the fire hydrant, and she opens the door on the passenger side and bangs the fucking door into the fire hydrant, and then you hate her and you hate everything else in life and you're no longer motivated to do anything at all. Right. Might not be the best example, but I'm sure you catch my drift. It's about this sensation of wanting to do things doesn't last. I'm going to share a really quick story that has everything to do with this. Everything. I've been in fitness for like 17 years. I've been training since I'm 20 years old. I'm 37. Since I'm about 23, I've been wanting to do online stuff relating to fitness. I've been wanting to make content. I've been wanting to put up videos and record workouts and all this shit, and I never did it. Because one minute I was motivated to do it, and the next minute I wasn't. And here we are, 15 years later, now I'm finally starting to take it seriously. Because I've removed the need to be motivated behind why I actually go about and do it. I'm not motivated to make this video. It's just something that was on my plate today. I knew I had to do it. And whether I felt like it or not, I was going to do it. Because I am in the process of building a habit around what I'm trying to do here. And that is what's going to prevail when I don't feel motivated. And now I'm going to switch off back to you and why you should stay away from motivation and lean more into habit building. Habit building is an interesting science and there's some basic psychology to it. Habits are built around repetition, cues, and routines, and things that you do every day, regardless of how you feel. That is the key here. It doesn't matter how you feel. There are going to be days that you feel really amazing, and there are going to be days that you feel like shit, and it doesn't matter. Because either way, you got to do what you're supposed to do. And as soon as you can build a habit around something, the likelihood that you are going to do it indefinitely, like no matter what, is almost 100%. You're just going to do it. I didn't want to train today. I trained earlier today. I don't want to train. I did it because I just do it. I don't even really think about it because it's such a built-in habit, so ingrained into who I am that I just do it. And that is what you want to try to achieve for yourself. If you really want to get yourself into a place where you're doing what you got to do, you're eating correctly, you're sleeping correctly, you're training intensely, and you're repeating. Sooner or later, sooner than later, if you're consistent in the beginning, you will form a habit and it'll be a cakewalk to you. That's my advice to you. When it comes to fitness in general, like you have to remember the whole basis of which fitness is based upon is repetition, like quite literally. Like when you're in the gym and you're curling, like you're curling for, let's say, 8 reps. It's the same thing done 8 times in a row. But you have to think, you have to like back away from looking at it in such a small-minded way. You need to revert to looking at things as a whole, like a grand scheme of things. Don't not rep by rep. Visualize a workout as being a rep, as opposed to a rep being a rep. The fact that you trained today was 1 repetition. The fact that you prioritized your sleep last night was 1 repetition. The fact that you ate correctly today, you ate the correct macros, you ate the correct micronutrients, your diet was formulated upon something that you can sustain, it was something you liked, you put some work into it, you're firing on all cylinders. These are reps that you're putting in every single day. And every day that you eat correctly, you performed 1 rep. After a while, you're going to eat correctly every day without even thinking about it, without any hesitation, without any desire to cheat on your diet, without any desire for eating shit that you know is not going to benefit you. Same with sleep. If you slept well today and you prioritize that and you do it a couple of days in a row, a couple of weeks in a row, a couple of months in a row, it's going to be basic habit. Rep after rep after rep. The same for training, the same for sleep, the same for food, the same for the entire process. And here we are, just using me as an example, 15 years later, I don't even think about it. I remove the emotion behind how I feel about it and I just do it anyway. And that's what you need to do if you want to really see results and be able to sustain it long term. Because nothing works in a week, in a day. I can knock 10 pounds off you in 6 weeks, I guarantee you. But that doesn't mean that 6 weeks is long enough to build habits around what I've helped you to achieve. You could gain that weight right back. It doesn't matter what you do quickly, it's what you do gradually that you can sustain permanently. Remember that. So let's talk about actually building habits around a fitness routine so you can eventually not have to think about it. I think it's important to just set clear goals. What do you want to do? Visualize that. Visualize what you want to see in terms of results. Do you want to just lose weight? Is that really all you're interested in? Let's say you're 210 and you want to be 190. Or do you want to lose weight and body fat? Do you want to lose weight and body fat and increase your body composition? Do you want to do all that and compete? Do you want to get stronger in the you have to decide what you want to do. Many things you want to do. I'm just going to use an example. Let's say you're a little bit heavy and you want to lose weight and change your body composition. Okay, so you're going to build habits around what it is that you want to do. Starts with your diet, right? Sleep, like I mentioned earlier. Training 3 times a week minimum, intensely. You need to build habits around that. So you do it and you don't have to think about it. Once you remove the thought process from all this stuff, you're going to see things start to fall into place like magic and you won't need to be motivated. Here's another thing. Consistency. And that's a big one when it comes to habit building because, again, it's about performing reps, as I mentioned, every single day. If you perform a rep here and then you perform a rep there and then you perform a rep there, that's not being consistent. You want to consistently perform these reps every day, day in and day out, because the quicker you implement some stability within your routine and some consistency, the quicker that you are going to be able to achieve habit. And the habit is always the goal. And consistency is a big part of achieving a habit. It typically takes, in my experience, and there's research behind this, typically takes around 90 days to kind of have a habit set in, and even beyond that. But if you could do something every day for 90 days, On the 91st day and beyond, you're really not going to have to think about it that much. And that's when the magic starts to happen. Let's get into the more negative portion of these things, because sometimes, let's be honest, shit happens and you can't be 100% every single day. And I'm going to be the one to let you know that even if you're not perfect, you can still build habits. In my experience, people that do things like balls to the wall 100% are typically unable to sustain that. And why? It's because life happens. It's because you're not going to be able to do the same thing every day without something eventually happening. The odds are that after a while, some shit is going to happen and it's going to throw you off. Something in life is going to happen. God forbid, nothing horrible, but it could be as simple as, I don't know, something happens at work. You don't get home at the right time. You miss a meal. You sleep less than 8 hours. Maybe you can't go to the gym today. Maybe you usually go to the gym 4 days a week and this week you made it 2 days. Okay, but you have to look at the overall, the bigger picture, the majority. If the majority of the time you train 3 days a week and then one day you train 2 and then the next week you're back to 3, it's okay. If you consistently have really good days of clean eating and you strung together 22 and then on the 23rd day you have a shitty day of eating because things don't go your way, it's okay. If you normally sleep 8 hours and one night you have a really fucked night of sleep because your kid keeps you up and you have 5 hours sleep, it's okay. There's something called the 80-20 rule. And in life, and this is from my experience and my experience with clients and just in life, if you can maintain something 80% of the time, overall, for the long haul, you will still reach every single one of your goals. You will still find success in whatever it is that you're looking to see success in. And you could still, keeping this on fitness, get into the best shape of your life, lose weight, gain muscle, get stronger, look better, feel more confident, and be everything that you always thought you couldn't be. All you need to do is do it 80% of the time. So remember that, because this is important. And I hope, like, this whole video as a whole, I hope it kind of pieced things together in regards to motivation and why it's important to feel motivated sometimes. Like, there are times that I feel really motivated to do things, but it's more important to not depend on it because it's just something that it's fleeting. You can feel so hungry to do something one moment, and then the next moment you don't want to do it at all. So it's so important that you focus on building habits around what you want to do as opposed to just waiting till that perfect moment when you feel motivated, because it's bullshit and it's going to let you down. Build habits. You can do it. I appreciate all you guys watching. I hope this helps. Consider subscribing to the channel and maybe share the video if you want. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.